Welcome back to another episode of the GlobalLatinFactor podcast, where we talk about Latino everything and contribution from Latinos worldwide and the impact of our culture and much more. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I am your host, Crispin Valentin, and today we are diving into the life of a true leader, Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz, often called the Phoenix of Mexico and regarded as the first feminist in the Americas. Yes. Well, we'll explore her incredible intellect, groundbreaking poetry, and the battle she faced as a woman determined to change the norm of her times. Yes, you want to know what time? We're going to tell you here in a little bit how far we're going back in time. So stick around because we are going to have 3 fun facts about Sor Juana that you might not have known and might surprise you. Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz was born Juana Ramirez de Asbaje in 1651 in San Miguel, Nepatlan, Mexico. At that time, Mexico was a colony, a Spanish colony, with a strict class system. So when she was growing up, that's the time frame we're talking about. Her grandparents were Spanish born, making her a distinguished class, but she was born out of wedlock. Yes, her father abandoned her family, leaving her mother, Doña Isabel, to raise Juana and her siblings all alone. Despite all those challenges, Juana grew up with her grandfather's estate. She grew up in that estate surrounded by books. By the age of 3, she had followed her sister, her older sister, to school by secret. She wasn't wanted to be seen. At the early age, she already had a thirst for knowledge. Fun fact, Juana learned when she was a woman that women were not allowed to attend the university, so she begged her mother to dress her up as a boy so she can go to school. She begged her, please let me do it, because she had a thirst for knowledge. Juana had a sharp mind, and quickly became evident her as a teenage years she had mastered already Latin, mathematics, and even the language of the Aztecs, Nahuatl, all self-taught. And of course, with the help of her her grandfather's private library. At 16 years old, Juana was invited to the royal court in Mexico City as a lady in waiting. Her intelligence captivated the viceroy and his wife. She soon gained fame for her poetry, plays, and philosophical debates. One of the most iconic moments that you'll find more information about is when a group of scholars were invited to test her knowledge. Yes, she was bombarded with complex questions in math, theology, and philosophy, but Juana answered every single question with ease. Observers still watched everything happen, compared the intellect to a royal galleon fended off a fleet of canoes. That's how witty, that's how smart, that's how intelligent she was. Juana's desire for independence led her to join the church at 20. She entered the higher Mike convent of Santa Paula and adopted the name of Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz. That's where the name was born. Unlike her other convents, this one allowed her more freedom, including a private apartment where she kept a vast library, many books, music instruments, and scientific tools where she can experiment. The convent became a hub for intellectual that exchange with a lot of scholars and luminaries visiting Sor Juana regularly. She contributed with writing, poetry, philosophy, philosophical essays, and even religious music. Yes, sir. Some fun facts about Sor Juana is one of the earliest known Mexican composers with villancicos, a type of festive songs. that incorporate indigenous music and African rhythms. She's one of the early and known composers. While Sor Juana was celebrated for her intellect, her outspoken nature drew criticism. In 1690, a bishop published her private criticism of a sermon along with a letter admonishing her for pursuing intellect work instead of prayer. Yes, very highly criticized for that. Her response was bold. She argued that if God gave women intellect for a reason, it was her duty to implement it and show people. This letter was known as a reply of Sister Philotea and became a cornerstone for feminist literature. Yes, but it was very much a lot of backlash received, very severe. Under pressure from the church, Sor Juana was forced to sell her books and give them away. Despite of this, she remained a steadfast in her faith and focused on charity work until her death in 1695. Yes, today, Sor Juana is celebrated as a feminist icon, cultural hero in Mexico. Her face graces the 200 peso banknote, and her writings and study are shown worldwide. Yes, she still has a global Latin factor worldwide with the studies that people do. Now, here are 3 fun facts you might have known about her. One, secret chef. Sor Juana wasn't just a scholar. She also loved experimenting in her kitchen. Yes, in the kitchen. And some historians credit her for contributing early versions of Mexican culinary classics like, guess, buñuelos. Yes, astronomy enthusiast Sor Juana had a keen interest in astronomy and astrology. Yes, she felt and thought, which she incorporated this into her poetry and essays. She believed that the stars influence human behavior even way back then. Now, codes of love in her poem. Many of Sor Juana's poems are believed to be coded messages and affection to her patron, Maria Luisa, Countess of Paredes, suggesting a deeply personal connection between both of them. Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz lived a life that defied convention and left a legacy that inspires even today. Her story remains one of those powerful education and important questioning societal norms and the beauty of staying true to one's self. Yes. Thank you very much for joining on another episode and the journey of San Juana Inés de la Cruz. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and like, and of course, share this video. The GlobalLatinFactor podcast will bring you interviews, different things, and let's just keep celebrating these Latino heroes, these Latino amazing individuals that are shaping the world and continue to shape. Remember to subscribe. Remember to give us, once again, a like. I know that with your help, we're able to go ahead and continue to grow the channel going into 2025. If for whatever reason you find this right now as you're doing your Spotify wrap and you happen to find us, the Global Latin Factor, on your top podcast, please do us a favor and tag us on Instagram or wherever it is that you post it, that we are one of your top podcasts in your Spotify wrap. Everybody's doing that right now in 2025. Again, thank you so much for the ones that continue to support going into this new year of 2025. If you have been supporting the channel, subscribe, and if you have bought a shirt, we also encourage you to go ahead and subscribe. Tag us on any social media so we can go ahead and share that we have your support. Thank you so much. And again, remember, we are just like you. We are humans. We are the spice in this melting pot that is the world. Till next time, bye. Thank you very much for checking out this episode of the Global Latin Factor podcast. Make sure you go and subscribe to the channel and check out one of the other episodes that we have prepared for you. Thank you very much. Till next time.
like it, pero but in fact is a flamingo. Coming to Havana and refactor.